Hello everybody, I'm Raphael Perry and it's time tonight to play some Resident Evil 4 Remake. Now, this is my first ever Resident Evil game. I've just never played one before. Back when Resident Evil games came out first, they were very popular with console kids, and I was a PC player and didn't really have access to them. I know they got PC ports later on and were very popular, but at the time I heard a few conversations about them. Apparently everyone knew you had to shoot red barrels and they would explode and kill everything. And beyond that, I didn't know very much about it. I also knew that people liked to use the names of characters from the games as if they were the only character you were allowed to play in that game, and some kind of iconic special superhero character who defined everything in every single way. I'd never really gave too much thought to playing a Resident Evil game until the remakes began to happen, and even then I didn't play them. I have frequently been intrigued by the concept of horror games, and I've played a few, but overall I just don't find out about them till it's too late. I think, oh yes, I would like to play a horror game. And then I look at the various horror games available and go, I'll put them on the wish list and leave them till later. Or I don't find about them at all until I see people uploading their Let's Play on YouTube the day of release or day after release, and I go, oh, there's a new game, I'll watch for about half an hour to see if I like it. And within that half an hour I feel like I've experienced too many story spoilers, and I'm not sure I'd particularly enjoy playing it through and experiencing and finding things for myself the first time. But circumstances have changed. A fellow YouTuber who I'm on reasonably good terms with has recently been playing this game, and he has unfortunately been diagnosed with leukemia. He's been rushed off to hospital and he's going through chemotherapy, and it's really horrible. He, in all likelihood, may not be able to finish this game. If you ever get to watch this, Tim, or if any of your relatives watch, I'd like you to know you have my thoughts and prayers. And as I mentioned on the messages I sent you earlier, I thought it would be nice for me to play you through this game as a nice little thing to honour you. Hey, you did say that you might be available to watch a few episodes in between treatments, especially early on. But man, you concentrate on getting better, you know? I did suggest another game that he had left unfinished some time ago, and maybe I'll play that soon too. So I was thinking, you know what, he hasn't finished Resident Evil 4 Remake, so maybe I should play that. It would be my first chance to play a Resident Evil game. Now, this is not a blind playthrough. I have watched other people play through the Resident Evil remakes. If you're here for a blind playthrough, I'm sorry. If you'd like to stop watching now, that's okay. There's no shame in that. But if you'd like to watch someone who's watched some other people play the Resident Evil remakes and has never played action games very much anyway, bumble through, making mistakes, getting beaten up by monsters and stuff, with generally a pretty good idea of what he's doing, but with aging hands and reflexes that aren't quite what they used to be, then hey, by all means, stick around, have some fun, watch me bumble about, and we'll have a nice little experience together. Now, I've bought the core game. Oh, right, the other thing I was going to say is, it was a toss-up between Resident Evil 4 Remake and The Pale Beyond. And then I was thinking about it all night, and then I noticed the next day that Resident Evil 4 Remake was on sale on Steam anyway. And I thought, okay, well, if I play it a bit and don't enjoy it that much, at least I won't have paid as much money for it, so I won't feel bad, right? Got it on sale, nothing to complain about. I didn't get any of the expansion stuff, the DLC, no pre-order bonuses, any of that. This is just core base game, unmodified. I did search extensively. Nobody has made a mod that makes items stay in the storage box you put them in, instead of magically teleporting to the next one you go to. That seriously annoys me and breaks my immersion. And I don't want to have to manually try and keep track of where I left everything, so that I can go back to the correct box to pick it up. And if I, as I'm not, that's the main reason why for most people stuff will teleport around, but I want to go back to the boxes and pick things up where I left them. I'm aware that at certain points in the story there are points of no return where that just won't be possible. So what is the deal? Is the merchant picking up the box and carrying it around with him all the time and leaving it ahead of me? He knows where I'm going to go. Why does this magic sentient box access some kind of parallel dimension where everything is stored? It's just, no, it should just be a box. You put stuff in the box, walk away, leave it. You go to another box, the thing you put in the first box isn't there because you left it in the first box, and that's what I want, and no one's made a mod to do that. They've made mods to make the boxes even more useful. I don't want it to be more useful, I want it to be more realistic. And I know realistic is an unusual word to use in a horror game with monsters and some very, very supernatural elements. But for me, the boxes aren't a magical part. They're a physical box, and it would be more fun to enjoy them that way. Now, I have looked briefly at the options, and it seems to think I'm using a console controller, which I'm not. But there is a key bindings button here, which I have accessed briefly to check that my recording soft keys are not being used by the game. I'm going to go down these now briefly because I don't know how useful the in-game tutorials and tooltips are going to be early on. I think they're pretty in-depth, but it might help me lock in a few things now, and I might remember some stuff. I may need to come look at this at some future point. It's probably also mentioning that typical action-adventure games like, say, this or A Plague Tale aren't usually what I play. I normally play games with a different sort of control layout. So this is going to be an experience for me. So aim weapon is right click, shoot is left click, space or... Okay, that side button, that one, for ready knife and parry, which are the same button. Interesting. If I parry, does the knife stay in my hands afterwards ready? Do I put it away again, or what? Can I aim with the knife? Examine F. Pick up item F. Melee F. Reload is R, or that side button behind the knife button. Those, I know where those are on this mouse, that's pretty okay. The other one I have on here probably isn't used for anything because it's unusual. G to attach and remove mines. Alt to zoom in and out with a telescopic sight. WASD for movement. And these are sidestepping, they're not turning, which is really unrealistic and feels wrong to me. Give me side... Look, if you want me to give me a side key, give me a sidestep key. Don't make it the automatic default. Move camera. I can move the camera. So that's the middle mouse button forwards. Oh, I can... When can I move the camera around? So I have to be auto... Wait, is it middle mouse button or is it just moving the mouse? I think it might be just moving the mouse. I can move the camera back? I'll have to work out what those are. Or is it the cursor keys on the keyboard? That would make a lot of sense, actually. That is odd. Shift to run. Okay. E to crouch down or stand up. Or to dodge. So crouching is dodging? Or is it context sensitive? Quick turn is Q. I think that's turn around to face the opposite direction. Command Ashley is control. Apparently there's an Ashley in this game. Change weapon. 1, 2, 3. Are these number pad keys or are they number keys along the top of the keyboard? I don't know. I suppose I will find out. If there's one hand on the mouse, it would be nice to have the keyboard keys all relatively on the same part of the keyboard. So having the cursor keys for camera control feels very, very odd. Change weapon, inner, outer. So what? It's like a plus, like a big cross, and there's 2. So I suppose if I have... There's like an inner ring and an outer ring, so I suppose that would be swapping on the same quadrant of the ring I'm currently on. Open the pause menu is P. There is a pause menu. This may be a lifesaver. V or M for map. V for world, maybe. Open attaché case is tab or I. It's obviously I for inventory. Confirm menu is space or F. Space and F are going to see a lot of use, I can tell. Right click to cancel an action or return when in a menu. Moving. Moving stuff in menus. Can't I just do it manually with the mouse? Is there a rotate? Change tabs is Q, or just like... Oh! Can't I just click the buttons on the screen? Okay, so this is making good use of buttons that are used elsewhere. What else are Q and E used for? E to crouch, Q to... Nothing yet. Okay. Change tabs Q and E. I can probably just mouse that. Z, C, selection. Okay. Reset menu is R. Open new window menu. Shift. Control to toggle HUD in a menu, so I won't accidentally control Ashley. Move items with Shift. I will probably get to grips with this eventually, but it might take me a while. I wonder if there's a mod to hide all of these page up, page down. BS. What the hell is BS? Oh, backspace. Right. I wonder if there's a way to hide all the console input and automatically sort items attached. Alt. Control. I'm gonna... These ones are probably gonna take a while. Change from a map T and G. Well, the G is lower than the T is above the G, so that kind of works. 3, 1. Number pad? Guessing for those, but maybe not. Current fixed orientation map. Okay. Current location map. Mayhem mode. Can I don't know what that is, but it may be bad. Mayhem mode action. Aren't these for the thing that's not the main game? Grapple gun. Shift. Grapple gun melee attack. I don't have a grapple gun. Right, okay. So, is there a way to get rid of all this console control stuff and just like turn off controller? Okay. Can I just have one that turns it all off, please? Button icons will be changed to the following sample type. Could I just not have any of this console stuff, please? It's going to get confusing. Because I don't have a console controller, they hurt my hands. I know people say they're ergonomic and shapes that don't hurt your hands. So clearly is not the case with me. There may be something sensitive or different about my hands, whatever it is. Those things just don't work for me. Sorry, guys. Right, run type toggle. Hold. Oh, that's going to get... Maybe I should put it on hold. Crouch type... Yeah, keep that on toggle. No. Parry with... Parry with left mouse button. But that's attack, isn't it? So, with the knife out, I would attack to... That's a weird one. I might turn that on. Repeated input type. Tap repeatedly or hold. Now, I have thoughts about this. This game features a lot of guns, and guns have different rates of fire. If I increase the rate of fire on a gun, I'm not necessarily going to be clicking any quicker as a human being, so maybe click and hold will work better for me in that regard, so that it will fire at the automatic rate that the gun is set to. However, I could waste a lot of ammunition this way, especially if my mouse batteries start going and every click becomes a click and hold. Aim assist type is off. Again, I've never played a Resident Evil game, it might be wise to turn this on. I presume this can be accessed from a menu and changed during game. So, snaps to a target at the moment of aiming. That might be annoying if there's multiple targets and it's not the one that I want. Snap and follow, snaps to a target and follows them if they move. I think I'll leave that off for now. Camera, I've gone through camera inversion. No thank you, I don't have a controller and I don't want any of this stuff. Can I have non-controller stuff set here? Because I can't find anything in the options menu that says no controller, please. Display, HDR mode off. The settings are available when HDR is supported, that's fine. I went through all the brightness settings earlier on, adjusting things, and it all seemed to tutorial messages on, HUD on, because I don't know what I'm doing. Dot display. Turn the dot on the center of the screen on and off. This will automatically be hidden during cutscenes and while aiming. Note, adjusting this setting may help reduce motion sickness. Probably won't be an issue. Damage to display strong. Weak. Off. Leave it on strong for now. I can change it later if I feel the need. HUD opacity, like how opaque it is. I mean, I can stand. The thing is, I might like it like high or medium. I'll stick with low for now because it's what the default was. Sight settings, aim color. Yeah, sure, right. Stuff you can see about my computer. Probably shouldn't have showed you this all here, but hey, it's there you go. Didn't know it was going to show quite so much information there. Language. I am disgustingly monolingual, although I find archaic forms of English reasonably okay to understand. I have turned subtitles on. Personally, I'm not that fussed about them, but if any of you guys watching have some hearing problems or something and want to have the subtitles on, hey, I'll put them up there on the screen for you, you know? Audio. I will leave these as is for now. Listen back to the first episode, see how they are. I did change it from TV, because this ain't a TV, it's a computer screen. Ballistic impact volume normal. I don't have enough experience with guns to know what my preference would be here. Speaker orientation off. Yes, this is true, they are currently turned off. Those speakers are very old. They're about... Well, yeah, they are actually very old. They are about... 24 years old, those speakers. They still work, to the best of my knowledge. It's just that generally I have the headphones on so that the computer speakers don't go and disturb everybody. Right, accessibility. These are just some presets, server stuff. There's nothing for me to say I don't want to play with a controller. If any of you know what I need to do in the game settings to tell it this, I would really appreciate that. How about a no controller option in the settings somewhere, please? That'd be really nice. Anyway, there we go. Right, I suppose I'd better jump into it. Bonuses, there should be nothing there. So extra content shop stuff. Apparently, it's traditional to unlock a load of extra costumes and play through the game with characters looking like Donald Duck or Goofy or something. I don't know. Not necessarily my jam. I'd like to kind of experience the story, the gritty, harsh horror story. And I'm aware that this isn't necessarily the best game to start the series on. A lot of people say the second game is the best one to start on. And maybe I would have started on that one if circumstances had not inspired me to take up the flag for a fellow YouTuber who was unable to continue at this time. Tim, this one's for you, and I really hope you pull through this for your sake. Because, oof, man, it's not nice. Look at that! Look at that! No, look! A real plug! Not an American plug. This game is set in Spain, so that plug might make a lot more sense, actually. Now we have concept art. Nothing there. Models. Lots of toys. Looks like a toy shop. Challenges. Look, this is my first time playing this game. I'd better not try and set myself any extra challenges and credits, which I probably should leave till the end of the game. Alright, let's begin. New game. Right. Game mode. Assisted. For players who are unfamiliar with action games, aim assist is active, can be changed in controls from the options menu, create more ammo when crafting, recover some health automatically when in danger. So does that mean an automatic health regeneration, or does it mean when a fight starts I get a little bit of health back? Lower prices for certain items. Standard. For players who have not played Resident Evil 4 2005, game mode can be changed to assisted at game over. Hardcore. For players who have played Resident Evil 4 2005, stronger enemies and harder challenges, higher prices for certain items. I've never played a Resident Evil game before in my life. I also don't play a lot of games with shooting guns in them. So maybe assisted for the aim assist would be good for me. And the extra ammunition and lower prices for certain items would be a little bit more forgiving. That being said, I have seen people play through the game, and this is not a blind playthrough, so this might begin to feel too easy after I've played a certain amount of the game, and I wouldn't be able to increase the difficulty at any point. So I think standard is the difficulty for me this time. And it does say that, you know, if I get a game over and I decide it's getting too hard, I can turn the difficulty down, but I'll never be able to turn it up again. There's another game I think that had that, where you could reduce the difficulty but never increase it. So I suppose reducing the difficulty is not a, I want it to be a bit easier for this section, but rather a, this is getting too hard for me decision. Now, quiet please. Fair play for the actors. Something wrong with that man's filter. This is not a good sign. not a good image. We're supposed to be rescuing a girl. And unless the girl we're rescuing is a zombie, that probably ain't her. Capcom
30th,
presents
1998. It's a day I'll never forget. The cop inside me died that day. And that night, Raccoon City was wiped out, thanks to the bioweapons created by Umbrella. Somehow I made it out, but too many others weren't so lucky. I was asked later to join a top-secret government program. Not that I had a choice. The training, punishing missions, nearly killed me. But at least I kept my mind off everything. If I could just forget what happened that night. The pain. Even for a second. This time, it can be different. It has to.
and some cheery music starts up. He doesn't look too cheery though, does he? He looks like he's still suffering the pain of letting go.
So tell me, Yankee, why did you come to this horrible place? As close to nowhere that I've ever seen.
Let's just say, looking for someone.
That someone must be very important, huh? The chief gave the orders himself. Help him, he said.
I'm sure you boys didn't come all the way out here to roast marshmallows. Maybe you did.
You have a strange sense of humor. I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. Just between us. A lot of people have gone missing around here. And it's been that way for a while now.
Well then, should be just another day in the office, right?
I mean, last week there was a search for some missing hikers.
I'm sure you'll do your best to help me.
That laugh says, yeah, right. And there's a gravestone by the side of the road in the middle of nowhere. That's not a good sign. It's hardly a milestone.
I think this is it. Nature calls, huh? I'll be right back. Qué frío.
¿Te has bebido el bar entero?
I like the fact he walked around the car at a realistic pace there.
Vaya sitio más tétrico.
He's not far wrong. Look at the state of that barbed wire. That is knackered.
¿Hay alguien ahí?
Probably shouldn't have gone off that way. Could have been one of the missing hikers, though. Maybe they needed help.
He sure is taking his time. Did he fall in? Maybe you better go and take a look.
Why don't you take a look? You know the place better than us.
Oh, watch the car. Wouldn't want to get a parking ticket.
So much for helping me.
And now we seem to have some kind of control. I will attempt to move the... Okay, I can move the camera. WASD to walk, yes. I would like to walk back this way. Okay, so walking is based on camera facing, not on character facing. Let's come back to the car. Hello. You there. You, appear to be not that bothered about your companion. Very well. This walking pace feels very smooth, I must say. I like the fact he raises his arm there to protect his face from the branches. There's lots of little... Is that moths fluttering about there in the darkness, in the moonlight? Somebody has left a boot on a box. A big metal box at that. Ah, there's another boot on the floor, possibly the missing partner of the pair. The colours do seem similar. And then there's something there. Not a boot. Looks like a sheet of scrumpled lead or something. This reminds me of an area of woods. Hey, there's a shoe. But used to be near my old school. It was full of broken glass and old tin baths. And not much else. Trees and plants, obviously, but yeah. We had to be careful if we went up there. It was up a great big ramp. Almost like a steep incline. Here is a doorway which I cannot enter. There are plants growing across it, barely visible. I mean, I can see it here when I angle the camera like that. Plants growing out of the doorway. No one has been there in a very long time. Somebody either likes their Viking runes a lot, in which case Isus, Gebo, Kenaz all represented. Tiwaz as well, actually. Or they like the letter X, or the number 6. Snowflakes. Leon here is probably not very familiar with Viking runes, so he's kind of looking at it going, that's a strange X cross. Why is there rope tied to the ends of the beams? The ends of the arms of the cross. It's as if something has been attached to this, or it is prepared for something to be attached to it. What would you tie to this? Some kind of small quadrupedal animal? Here are candles and a statue next to some sagging and heavily bent and distorted barbed wire. Something heavy has forced itself against this barbed wire and bent it out of shape. This statue, if I am not much mistaken, has a rope tied around its neck. Why would someone do that to a statue? Perhaps to make it easier to carry, but also to tie it up, to restrain it, to reduce any power it might have. It has also been cast down from its perch, wherever it previously stood. I don't think I see anywhere here directly where it once must have been. And there's not, is there? There's not a depression in the ground where it's toppled and fallen over backwards. Maybe it fell a long time ago, or perhaps it was brought here, brought outside, away from wherever the place behind those gates is. That's a lot of large, dark-winged birds. From the colour of their beaks, I'd say they were ravens or crows, perched upon the branches there. Whatever this statue is doing, the way the ground has grown up around it, it's been here for quite some time. We have some kind of ruined wooden structure which appears to have a few roof tiles near the top. I'm going to be so dead when stuff starts coming at me. But that's okay. It's all part of the learning process, right? We can walk around this tree. Apparently we can run if we want to as well. Running would frighten the birds and alert... It would make a lot of noise. Let people know we're here. What is that part of a plant coming out there? Interesting, it's so fine it's only visible from certain camera angles. That's okay, Leon doesn't know there's a camera following his every move. Can we crouch here? Are some controls disabled until we are given them? We're now once again on the other side of the barbed wire. That doesn't look like barbed wire wrapped around the post lower down. It looks like normal wire. Is this a kind of combination job? Well, yeah, because you'd wrap the barbed wire around it, and you'd hammer the barbs into the wood to keep it in place, and then you'd have a U-shaped double-ended nail that you'd hammer in over the loop of wire. Yeah, the multiple loops of wire to keep it in place, and then you'd move on to the next post. However, look at this. Not every strand of this wire appears to be barbed wire. This one, in the top left, coming down here through the middle, hasn't got a single barb upon... Oh wait, there's one there, over towards the right. So there's either a lot of barbs missing, or someone took them off over time. They've just been damaged and removed. Strange.
How far could he have gone?
That gate just swings. There must be a bit of a breeze. You birds. At that size, I'd say probably ravens. Ravens are larger than crows. That shadow coming in from the top there was very odd and ominous. Well, there's some kind of abandoned cart there. Not a hand cart at that size, I think. And this gate has fallen. We should avoid walking on the gate as much as possible, as it might make sound, but it is unavoidable. I think they sound a bit more like crows than ravens, though. So maybe they are crows. Also, this gate has fallen for some time as plant roots are growing over it. Or weeds, vines possibly. Alright. That is some kind of dead deer or stag. It's not in a good way. The blood on it is very fresh. It appears to be an offering. While the blood is fresh, the flies have gathered round it. The flies have gathered before all the blood has dried. This is a recent offering. There's candles. There's no plaque or anything indicating what this might be. We can't tell to what this offering was made. Well, there's many more plants, and that is some low-hanging barbed wire to fill the gap between those broken boards. Let's crouch, as the game wishes us to do. And then stand once again. The birds fly away at our approach. You know, every day when I go out to feed the birds, yeah, they all fly off. They come back pretty soon afterwards, when I'm gone though. Filling their gizzards. So there is a hut with a corrugated iron roof. How very 1980s. So someone's left a long-handled gardener fork out here. Slightly long-handled. I remember those T-shaped fork handles. Does it have the... No. I want to see the... No, it doesn't. Okay, I wanted to see the metal fitting coming off the head onto the haft. If it had that point in the middle. At the front, going down at the back, and it did not. Wait, is this the back? I think that might be the... Right, the fork head, this looks like the back of the fork, right? Because of the curves of the prongs. But the fitting on the haft looks like it might be the wrong way round. Interesting. There's a cleaver there and some dead rabbits. So someone has... Yeah, dead rabbits on a... Is that a stone that the cleaver is inserted into? I mean, it looks like a block of wood, right? That someone's been using to chop things up. And a portion of a barrel containing some large man traps. Or bear traps. There's a hammer. What's that used? To bash in the rabbits' heads if they're not... The hammer's probably used for the maintenance of the traps. I don't see any screwdrivers or spanners around. I'm not sure what this machine is, but there appears to be some kind of flesh on the side of it. So is it like a meat grinder or something? Can I adjust the camera zoom? I can't. Wait. Okay, so the cursor keys do control camera like the same way as... I don't know if anything will zoom out at any point. So we got some broken barrels. Let's take a moment to point out Leon has a gun. This is Spain in the early 2000s. And he is a visitor from a foreign country. Now the police are cooperating with him, which implies he has some degree of authority. I can't remember if... He used to be a policeman in America. So maybe he's able to like flash his police badge and say, hey, can you help me here? I'm on an investigation, right? Huh, his hand is getting restless or stiff and he's flexing it. I wonder why. He's very serious and brooding, isn't he? Now, I'm not sure what the Spanish gun laws were in the early 2000s, but if he was in this country at that point in time, him walking around with a gun openly like that would not generally be very accepted. People would question it. He'd get a few strange looks, and someone would probably think to call the police. Whether it would actually happen or not is another matter. Leon is here on some kind of mission that I wouldn't say necessitates the use of a gun, but for which the presence of a gun is permissible. So, I know many Americans like the idea of just walking around with a gun all the time. Generally, in European countries such as Spain, guns exist. They tend to be for like soldiers, maybe police, hunters, farmers, and generally if somebody is doing a job that requires a gun, they will have a gun. And I don't mean a profession, right? For instance, a policeman might have a gun if he's going on an armed raid, or if he's going to deal with someone with a gun or something like that. I don't know if the Spanish police would have guns all the time. I know the French police would at this time. So maybe the Spanish would too. And if they are used to having their police have guns, then him having a gun makes total sense. They won't question it. Everybody's just like, hey, yeah, he's a policeman like us, Let's head up to this door and F it with effort. That little thing in the top left hand corner means the game has autosaved. So we're in a house. I see... Is that a hoe or just some broken... No, it's just a broken piece of wood there. This has a... Okay, so that's another long-handled fork. Beneath it is just a broken piece of wood and some planks. We got a shovel. 2 shovels, in fact, with different designed heads. The square-shaped one is better for scooping out snow. The rounder-shaped one might be better for digging earth, but the square-shaped one does kind of reasonably good for both jobs in many regards. We've got a wheelbarrow, lots of wood. Someone here has a wood burning stove or a fireplace, maybe a coal stove, but if so they need like a charcoal burner or something. They'd probably just get a load of coal in instead, so probably a wood. We've got a load of kindling there, some herbs hanging up to dry, so they like to flavour their cooking a bit. We got a can of... Now that's like some kind of fuel can, isn't it? Or paraffin or something, right?
Anyone home?
That loud thump in response to his speech. Can't have just been a trick of the wind. An impression that, yeah, maybe there was someone here. It was not this door that closed, however. So we got a bedroom. There are some books, some jars on shelves, quite a lot of jars. There's a painting that's fallen from the wall. Does not appear to be upside down, of a view over a lake. There's a lot of something here by this oil lamp. So if they have a wood-burning fireplace or stove for heat, the paraffin lamp is there for... Well, it's a hurricane lamp, isn't it? Let's be honest. The hurricane lamp is there for lighting and is fueled only when it's needed. So the fact someone has left it on, that's really wasteful. Also, this chair has fallen over. Those bits on the bottom of the chair, on the bottom of the chair legs, give the impression this chair was made for a child. And they're both a bit broken off at the front. No, they're not. It's just paint. It's paint on the edges, or they've had the... they've been sanded down a bit. Another boot. Single boot. Someone really doesn't keep their boots together here. There's some abandoned food left on top of a box under the bed. Again, we have this six-armed structure. We can turn it round, and it says, Se acerca el juicio, whatever that means. Okay, fine. And we can zoom in and see that, and I can press the space bar, and it says crude charm, judgment is nigh. Also, we have an extra branch up there on the right, sorry, on the top left, added on. So it might not be such a strict form, and more they've added to it. So like a spider's web. So el juicio, apparently. Obviously, my Spanish pronunciation is non-existent. There's some Italian in my family tree, but no Spanish that I'm aware of. We have a hole in the wall here. Can we look through it? There's no interact button. So there's a shelf over there. We got... looks like that fireplace I was talking about. Some kind of cabinet there, a chest of drawers, a table, a bench. This place is in a terrible state of disrepair. So, nice little cupboard here. Combination cupboard and bookshelf. Shelf up there. Lots of garments hanging in the hall. All of the signs that this place is inhabited. However, it is not well lit. There's a dearth of candles. Well, there's light coming through the shutters there of the window. There's a lamp in that room. I suppose they don't need much more light in this hallway. Although that chamber seems to be very warmly lit by the door, the entrance hall. These boards here on the wall are a very different colour to the rest of the wall, and an X has been scratched into them. That might mean something significant. X being frequently used by illiterate people who... Lots of horns hanging up there, and bones. Jawbones even. Of something with great tusks. Oh no, that's not attached to the jawbone. So jawbones of like cattle, asses, something like that. Horns look like cows. What's that down there? Oh, it's the back of another chair underneath these boards. And what is that over there? Is that like a very thin bit of blackboard? That doesn't make sense. Look, is it supposed to be slate? It's too big for slate. I'm not sure about that material. Also, let's just take a look at these for a moment, right? Those, I would say, are potatoes. I think, yeah, there's a few roots starting to grow out of them because they're getting a bit too old, but most of them are in pretty good shape. Again, indicating that this place is inhabited and hasn't been completely abandoned. Some very... Oh, no, they got high backs. Those look like very small children's chairs there. And another painting of boats on a lake. Well, that is a locked door, which, according to Dark Souls, does not open from this side. There's writing on the wall here. Pro lege nuestros alma ante esse... Is that a D? Dob the Q. Look, if any of you can speak Spanish and make sense of my terrible attempts to read this, maybe you'll appreciate it. Pretende... Oh no, it could be a P. That could just be a mark in the wall. Pretende or preterde. That looks more like an R than an N. Is that... Oh, that's what... That's a really bad R. Okay, this person is bad at R's. I see their pro and their nuestros. So they do their R's badly. That in that case, this is an N. Especially that one in tros. You're supposed to make the two sides of the R connect to each other. Destruinos. So, ruinous, perhaps? Alright. Dos que offender. What does this say? Tara conslumria en la lerma. Can't quite make that out. A los que nos offe. Castel fin virtremos contigo no temeremos. What a mouthful. You can tell it takes practice to say foreign words. I did say I was disgustingly monolingual, didn't I? 2 more shovels. Hooray. This one looks similar to the one that was out in the hall, but with more rust on the tip of the head. That one looks very similar to one in the hall as well. Look, asset recycling is not always a bad thing. It's when you overdo it and call your game something like Rice, Son of Rome that it's blatantly obvious and bad. Man, a metal mesh basket. I haven't seen one of those like that in a while. Not that particular design anyway. Right, let's see what's behind this door. I think he muttered something to himself there.
Sorry to barge in like this. Busco a policia. Vino aquí?
Leon, Spanish, not Mexican Spanish. The pronunciation will be different. And that's a police officer's badge. The man who came out for a piss. That is no way to greet a house guest who's a home intruder. Sir, I'm going to have to kick you in the neck and kill your face off. Really hard. Sorry about that. There was a cry from somewhere further in the building.
This is not good.
And there's a key. I should F that key in the face. The key has been F'd. Right. So, we got this badge. I should probably be running now to try and find the source of that cry. Shift, it is shift. That is revolting. That's bad cooking. It looks like he might have been cooking the same thing for days and days and days without eating any of it. Why a man would do that? I do not know. Oh, the firelight glistens in his eyes. Let's move on. We don't want him to look at us. Another selection of horns and bones, but also of that six-formed sign again. It's almost like there's a cult here. And some more of those bear traps hanging up. It's almost as if the game wants me to say, hey, traps exist. But look, this is a lock. I have a key. The key goes in the lock. Let us turn it. There's a really good Anglo-Saxon riddle about a key, actually. It makes it sound like something else. Okay, what have we here? Darkness. And a torch. Aha! And a hole that appears to lead to the outside, as in an external wall. There is no button to manually operate the torch. It seems to just be used when the game deems it dark enough. These hanging up and swaying. Do they feel they are sanctifying the place? These are the holy symbols of their faith. This is strange, to put it at its best. Also, I haven't had to do anything incredibly taxing yet, like shoot a gun, so so far I'm playing semi-perfectly. It won't last. Noose. A very low noose for hanging a baby or something. Wait, there's another one. These are not hangman's nooses. These are crudely tied. Look at that. The wraparound is all loopy and all over the place. These are done inexpertly, so we're not looking at a professional executioner here. Perhaps suicide attempts for midgets? Maybe a tiny little thing stood on that barrel and, like, tied the noose and stood on tiptoes and changed its mind and got talked out of it by all its friends and said, I don't want to die, I want to live! And then threw all those books all over the floor in disgust. I mean, look, you don't leave a book on the floor open with something heavy on top of it. That's just disrespectful, man. Okay, these knotted ropes. So maybe being used for... So knotting the rope shortens it. It also gives you handholds for climbing. It might allow you to tie things around the rope above the knots. Yeah, just hang things off it. Maybe with bits of string. There appears to be some crude shrine or effigy here that looks pretty ominous. Whoever collects all these books doesn't seem to... There's a sheet of paper there, which I cannot interact with in any way. So that is clearly not some kind of... Oh, hello, big rat. You are a massive rat. You are so fat. Where's it gone? Where is that rat? So, in la Empre something destruinos. Probably similar to what was written on the board up ahead, upstairs. So, ruination or destruction. Another noose. And here is a curtain, I suppose we could call it. Well, that's a rather generous term to describe it with. And once again, the extra camera angle tells us we are in cutscene land.
Hey,
That can't be a good sign. That copper, he's a goner.
I read you. What's your situation?
Look, the man's panicking, he's not going to respond to a foreign language. Okay, escape from the Hunter's Lodge. We can ready a weapon. We now have a weapon. And we can shoot our weapon. I will maybe try and do that. Shooting the weapon is loud. If I fire a gun, it's going to attract attention to me. Everyone will know I have a gun.
What was that?
Okay, that's not a good sound. That is a...
No fucking way.
This is my bang stick. You... Ugh! Get off me. That hurts. I don't like you. Go away. I have bullets. And a gun. And I'm running through this door. Whoa. Not run. Now, he's going to be coming up behind me. He's clearly still moving. I would like to go through here. And this looks important. A green herb. And it's called a herb because it has an H in it. It's only an herb if the word preceding it ends with an N. More books and a doorway. Okay. I sense I probably wasted more bullets than I could have done. I might have been able to dodge around him completely there. But I've made it safely to this chamber without too much trouble. There's a picture of a young woman and a map.
Bruce, this is Condor 1.
Hunnigan here. What's your sit rep?
President's daughter, Baby Eagle. It's likely she's in this village.
Our intel was correct then. Well done.
That
Need a location on a
monitor
nearby lake. She may have been taken there.
is
Copy
not
that.
very
I'll see what I
2005.
can find.
Hurry up.
Something's happened to the people here. My escorts are...
She's using a TV screen, not a computer
Gotta
monitor.
go.
That's
Talk
what it
later.
is.
I'll let myself out.
Apparently he is immune to damage. The man comes to the window, lowers his axe and calmly walks off. Now here we are on the other side of the building. We're looking for a lake. Is there an... This is a computer game, so obviously what we're going to do is immediately turn around and go the wrong way and see if there's anything we can use. Nope, doesn't seem like it. What's it? E? It is E to sneak. A bit. We should probably do that. We find ourselves in a very linear, narrow path, leading to a wooden bridge. Some of the chains suspending the bridge have broken, and there's a lot of blood on the bridge. Something has been dragged across here, quite possibly recently, bleeding heavily. We shall not run, because that might cause the chains to jangle loudly. I mean, look, we shot 3 bullets, okay? We've pretty much given away our position, and any pretense of stealth can be ignored by this point. But maybe, just maybe, the people from the house do not seem to be in hot pursuit. They should be. I keep mousing over the left shift. Not mousing, but my left ring finger keeps going over left shift, and I keep wanting to use shift to crouch instead of to run. I may need to... Hello, bird. I see you. Apparently, we can shoot the birds. And when we do, they drop stuff. Stuff that is useful to us. I have learned this I should look for more birds. Is that a bird? I don't think it is a bird. I think it's the top of something. Let us see what this bird was magically carrying upon its person. This bird, ladies and gentlemen, has gunpowder. Don't ask me how or why. Maybe, look, Leon is like, I've killed this bird. It's got a few bits of grains of gunpowder between its claws from something it's been messing with earlier. Actually, let's look at the bird. That's a raven's beak. The raven's beak has a hook in it towards the end with a reasonably sharp angle. The crow's beak curves more gradually towards the tip. So the raven's beak kind of goes along, straight, and then down at the end. Whereas the crow's narrows along its entire width. So so the crow is more like a European medieval sword, the raven more like a Viking sword blade, essentially. It's a good way of thinking of it from my mind anyway. Now, are there any other birds around here? Because obviously firing a bullet should scare all the birds away. There is a barrel with yellow paint upon it. And I would like to point out that if I wanted to be the richest man in all Resident Evil world land, I would be the man who makes and sells all this yellow paint to everyone in everywhere in all the remakes. And Leon kicks the barrel incredibly loudly and picks up some handgun ammo. Is a handgun a bullet or a rifle? Or what? I don't know. Can we can open our inventory. We have a nice little briefcase with everything in. We have that's a pistol, right? I know that's a pistol. We have a combat knife with durability that is somewhat depleted. We have a first aid spray. A healing spray that will fully restore your health. And there was me earlier claiming about the storage boxes being unrealistic. We have a green herb for Chinese traditional herbal medicine. Some gunpowder, which can be used to make a variety of ammunition, and some handgun ammo. This is apparently a handgun, so a handgun is a pistol, and I thought a handgun was something you could portably carry with your hands as opposed to like a cannon, you know, which was like a field gun or something. Right. I can click on these with the mouse. That is beautiful. Oh, hello, a map. If you become lost, you can check your current position and objectives on the map. If you have a treasure map, you'll also be able to see the locations of hidden valuables. About those treasure maps, they do exist, and they can be purchased with resources in the game. I have watched people play the game before, so it feels like I have an unfair advantage having some prior knowledge over where some hidden things are. So I may very well purchase all of the treasure maps, but not use them very much and not open the map and look at it very often. So that I'm essentially paying for the knowledge I already have, so I don't have an unfair advantage. So we got keys, key items. There's a yellow tick in a box here, which I am led to believe means I have no further use for this thing. We have our little briefcase. It's not even a briefcase, is it? We have a crafting tab, which may come in very, very useful. And we have, right, mission brief. I should probably look at all of these. Can I click on them? I can. Excellent. Overview. Retrieve the kidnapped individual. Subject. Ashley Graham, age 20. Daughter of US President. University student. See photo for physical appearance. So, if she's a university student and the daughter of a politician, she probably has, the daughter of a very highly ranking politician, she probably has bodyguards. So, they're probably in trouble. Background. Contact was suddenly lost with the subject as she made her way home from campus. Soon after, she, along with her ex-military bodyguards, were reported missing. Upon further investigation, it was determined that she was kidnapped by an organised group and a team was convened. Apparently Leon is a team. But there is the lovely woman who spoke to him over some kind of intercom. I mean, early 2000s, it's probably just a mobile phone. Our intelligence department has confirmed several sightings... Wait, department? Americans have agencies, we have departments. Our intelligence department has confirmed several sightings of a subject in a remote village located in a mountainous region of Europe, also known as Spain, or maybe Portugal, in this game. One agent was specifically chosen for the task. Additional information. We have confirmed that the perpetrators received help from an outsider. To prevent leaks, this operation will be kept strictly confidential. Local law enforcement have been brought on board and are providing assistance. We don't know how much information the local law enforcement have been given. Also, we don't need to see this picture too clearly as we were shown it during the introduction. A crude charm, which says judgment is nigh. And there we can't turn it around and look at it. Okay. And officer's badge. National Police Corps, Mario Fernandez Castana, police officer. And we can look at it with his blood on it. It's probably not anyone else's blood, unless you put up enough of a struggle. We have communications with someone called Hannigan, so we can review that information should we need to see it again. Very helpful. Requests. A load of question marks. Well, let's carry on. There is a door, and I should probably be going through it. I shot a bird stamped on a barrel. Might as well add breaking and entering to my list of atrocities. Okay, I had to stand really close to that for the pop-up show. This is a typewriter. It's an right. I had an old typewriter to play with as a child in the 1970s and 80s. The keys were not flat like that. They ramped up diagonally towards the top of a typewriter. This is a more antiquated looking design, seemingly having something in common with... I'd say this looks like it's about as old as some of the earlier sewing machines. We have some more gunpowder. Now, apparently in Resident Evil games, the typewriters are used to save the game. As a fairly inexperienced player, who doesn't want to necessarily replay the beginning, shoot more than 3 bullets or take some damage, I should probably do this. Saving and item storage. You can save your journeys at You can save your progress at any typewriter. You can also swap out weapons in your inventory via the storage menu. So we can save a game, we can store stuff. Apparently some items cannot be stored. Customize case. Change your case or attach charms. For those of you who may be new to my channel, I have to wait till after midnight before I can record anything, and it's currently like gone 3 in the morning. Yeah, had a late start tonight. So we have a silver attaché case, which apparently increases the drop rate for handgun ammo, so pistol bullets in normal, common, everyday terms. Charm perks, nothing here special, okay. Well, we will save the game. We have a selection of save slots. This is a bizarre and unusual feature. I'm used to just, like, having more freedom on that. Right, come on, you. Okay, there we go. Saving content. Please don't close the game. Why would I? It's running. Okay. Village, village path, head for the lake. Pretty straightforward so far. These are our other tabs already. Okay. I think I can afford to maybe play a bit longer. Oh, gun's out again, I see. The F to open door is really close, to the point where I'm practically walking into it already. It's almost as if Leon doesn't bother opening doors, and will rather barge his way crudely through them later on. We have a beam here we can ascend. No, we can't. There's no hole in the roof above it. If there was, I would presume that was a point of no return. As it stands, we appear to be capable of heading in this direction. Oh yeah, we have knife. Knife says, fuck you, you die. We also have gun. Gun says, put away knife. Right, I want to say bangs time. That one, I'm not going to go catching that bird anytime soon. It's... Wait. It looked like it had flown off to there, but it hadn't. We have a well here with some kind of wooden cover. So a prop that props up the cover. I mean, it'll stop bad things falling in the well. Dear bird, what have you left for me? Oh, wait, did he come back? Hey, hey, birdie. If I go hide in here for a little, will you return to your perch? I saw you fly away twice. That means you had to fly back at least once. And could do so again. Well, never mind. There is a very dead dog. That is unfortunate. If you're a dog lover, you may find that distressing. Okay, the path seems to head under that fallen tree there. If I can, I probably shouldn't run. I should like sneak. Oh, birdie bird, will you return? Probably not, even remotely. But I could swear, maybe there was just a third bird. And that's shooting one caused the second one down here to fly away. The one that was there. And then there was one up here that flew off. What is this? Some kind of trough? Yeah, with a tap. Okay. We've got some broken steps. Boarded up gate. Not going away. Can't even climb the steps. Lots of broken roof tiles that look like half pipes. We got some more bullets. Also, there's a flipping tree that has grown up through this house. Now, for this tree to be that big, that's like that's over a century, isn't it? That's like at least 70, 80 years, probably like a couple of 100 years, probably. This house is in remarkably good condition? Or that tree magically grew really quickly. And that tree's got like mossy, ferny fronds growing on it, so yeah. Well, we're going to have to crouch again, aren't we? Was that a shout? Sounds like hey, echoing somewhat. Oh well. Oh, hello. Bang. You get banged a lot. With bullets. Of which I have... Whoa! Oh, nope. Knife. Right. Get cut. Mate, that hurt. I'm gonna have to kill you for that. Really ineptly, I might add. Okay, yep, that works. You get effed into everything, and then I'll try and kill you a lot. Okay, is that even remotely? Oh, hey, you get stabbed in the neck as well. Great. What about the other one? Where'd he go? He's over there dead as well. Bad dead people give me stuff. Pesetas. The original game was released after Spain had adopted the euro, which means... could mean a couple of things. The most obvious... oh, hello, look at that. That looks very unhealthy. I'm glad I didn't walk through that. Which means that, you know, maybe the game developers didn't know, or they started making the game before Spain adopted the euro and were like, hey, we're just gonna... you know, didn't keep in touch with the information. Or it could mean this is a rural, out-of-touch community who hadn't adopted the euro. Now that was like a few years back now, because back in 1998, evil Tony Blair and all his cronies were telling us how the European Union was going to create the single European currency. It was going to be called the euro. Euro. It sounds like you're throwing up. I did not like the euro. I did not like the concept. I wished there was something I could do about it to prevent it from being imposed upon any of us. And evil Tony Blair and his cronies were telling us how exciting it was and how they wanted us to all adopt the euro as well. We were not that stupid. Restoring health. You can restore health using herbs or a first aid spray. The effects of herbs can be enhanced by combining them with other herbs. Red herbs increase the amount of health recovered, while yellow herbs increase your maximum health. Also, we have this thing. We're very badly hurt. This thing seems like a good... that knife is in a terrible way. Okay. That didn't work. There we go. I shall feel vulnerable now that I have no health spray. That was a lot of damage. Wait, so... no, it's... okay, so it would appear that it's spacebar to get the knife out, spacebar to parry. I think. Also, we can just go like that and shift to our gun. Our gun is louder than our knife. Our knife has taken a bit of a beating, to be honest. We'll need to be more selective about its usage. How are we doing for bullets? 11. Feel like Spinal Tap. Can we... no, we got 10 here, so 21. Why do we have a +1 there? So this has 11 bullets in it. How many bullets is it supposed to be able to hold? Ammo capacity is 10, so why has it got 11? I don't understand. Why is my gun overloaded? A custom handgun made for Leon. While keeping the basic design of the MUP, whatever that is it something to do with Muppets? Its parts were carefully chosen and machined to improve performance. A weapon suited for close encounters. It has been Leon's go-to since receiving it during his time at the RPD, where one dying policeman gave him his knife and said, use this knife, basically. So this is Marvin's knife. Nothing engraved on the blade or handle. So yeah, apparently our country actually minted the euro for all of the Eurozone. But we were not gullible enough to sign up for it, and hey. Some countries like Spain and Italy were given really dodgy exchange rates that they could not maintain. So I used to have an Italian friend who told me that the exchange rate from the Italian currency to the euro was very favourable. I think it was like a 1-to-1 rate, so that everyone would just have the same amount of money they were used to having before. But then their incomes and their economy just couldn't sustain the amount that they seemed to have when they gained it initially, and so it devalued the currency, and they were kind of going down the pan a bit at that time. This also happened to some other countries who joined the euro as well. I mean, not to mention places like Greece. Now then, where were we? Oh yeah, walking down this path. Here we go. Doopy doopy doo. Hello, that's a great big thing on the ground there that looks very unhealthy. We should go pokey pokey. Can I crouchy pokey? I can. I can crouchy slash out of crouching. And now he's switched back to his gun. Hello? Why would he switch back to his gun? Oh, hello. I see you. You are a person who wishes to experience bullet up bum. Do you need knife? You do not need knife. Right, I see red herbs, which I will take. And apparently it's traditional to mix those with the green herbs. Also, more bullets. Not as many as I've fired. And a flash grenade. That's sure to come in useful. It's basically a flashbang. Okay, we got a strange end to the handle on that. That's more like a rake. That's like a really badly bent rake. Or really badly ruined fork. This chap looks like I should drag him a bit further into the building so he's not so visible. Leon, you've just committed murder of multiple people with little suspicion. Look, he found the photograph. He knows the lady is here. Ah, item crafting. Certain items, such as resources, gunpowder and knives, can be used to craft different items. The types of items that you can craft can be increased by obtaining new crafting recipes. Lovely. Setting weapon shortcuts. You can set a weapon to a shortcut by selecting the item in the items menu. Up to 8 weapons can be assigned at once, 2 weapons on each of the 4 directions. That's a console thing, but apparently we can still do it. Right. You. You are number 8. No, you are number 1. That is number 2. While I would like to register the knife to a shortcut, the knife is already on shortcut number spacebar. Now, I can go here to combine my red herb and green herb. The mouse wheel selection here is really finicky. Or I can just like pick stuff up and like, yeah. Blur. I need to click and hold, apparently, to confirm. Didn't expect that. And I'll put that down here. Apparently the ground also has a suitcase of its own, which I can dump stuff into, never to be seen again. Leon's health is admirable. I can already tell I'm not going to be used to switching weapons enough when the time comes. Here is a gate with severed heads on top of it. Human heads. Bandaged human heads for some reason. Okay. We'll heave open this gate. And head down this. The gate swings shut again of its own accord. And one of the heads has fallen off. It's fallen off on the other side, apparently. So we've got this narrow path with rocky walls. A lot of people standing around there, and a giant thing that wants me to interact with it. We now have binoculars, so we see villagers going about their everyday tasks. Chicken just wandering around doing what it likes. Man holding out his axe, sort of venerating. Oh, and something here we should spacebar apparently. Oh, and I can go like that as well. And this man just throws his torch down there. That poor policeman, all he wanted to do was stay back at the car and smoke. Now he's smoking here in the town square. And it really doesn't look good. I should probably stop watching, to be honest. That is barbaric, to say the least. Also, this point in time, like 2004, 2005, extremely barbaric. Let's hunker down. Because if they do that to a policeman, we're not even in a uniform. Time to be a little bit sneaky. We're trying to get some kind of lake or river. Man, I remember back in the 1980s when, like, everything had a corrugated iron roof. There's a symbol here of two people, one stepping up over one's shoulders. I am only one person. I will bugger off and leave that alone, on the assumption I can come back here later with a second person. Here's a lot more logs. You know, all those hatchets the villagers are carrying around are great for chopping logs. We have a new green herb. Now, probably better hug the side of the building. They got a big fire to look at. And I've got to watch that knife durability, because when it's run out, it's out. Okay. I'd like to be able to see around that corner, see if anyone has line of sight here. But you, my dear, get chav stabbed. And then I pick that up, get back behind the building, very loudly smash this crate and the thing underneath it. Some more pesetas. Okay, let's go here, and I might be alright. So far, so good. But I don't feel very safe. How's my knife doing? Very badly. Right. Being grabbed can damage Leon's health, and he seems to need his knife to escape from grabs. I should be extremely cautious about using the knife for anything unless I get grabbed at this point, until I can get it replaced or repaired. Right. Nobody's looking so far. This looks too easy. I want to pray there's no... Okay, good. In. Yes. Smash that box. Get some more money. There does not appear to be anything else here. But now that I'm inside, I can't see who's outside. I did hear voices. Oh, there's a vice on the side of it. So that's like a woodwork table. Okay. Right, looks like there's... Oh, shit. I see man with wheelbarrow coming up this way. I hear guttural growling sounds that sound rather monstrous and unhealthy. Alright, I think I may be in the clear. Hard to tell. Can I crouch run? Probably not. Oh shit. Hello. Okay, time to run like fuck. There's no jump or dodge button, it's just running at high speed. I hear screechy sound in ears, not healthy. Can I lose my assailants? Probably not. Can I shoot the ever-living shit out of them? Okay. That was a very unhealthy sound of something whooshing through the air. Hello, people. I'm just going to run away now. Arriba eso yourself. I don't care about your cheap petrol stations. That's some kind of covered hole with a ladder and... Oh no. Nope, nope, you don't get to... Ow. That hurts. I will run past your chickens, sir. And hold my gun in a threatening manner. 3 bullets, I should probably reload. Oh dear goodness. Oh, he's getting deaded. Lady, that's really bad. Oh no. R to reload, right? That's a start. Oh no. Not coming out from the gap between the buildings. That's so very scary and dishonourable of you, sir. Need to keep moving. Okay, lady, you get shot a lot. Oh no. What now? It's a fucking chainsaw. That can't be good. And he's a scarecrow. Alright, well, we just need to go. High speed escape. We are not on full health, so how about doing something about that health situation, eh? Oh shit, that's not it. Right click is not the way to use it. Oh bugger. Man with chainsaw coming. There's a door. This old codger wants to get in here, but we're not gonna let him. Psycho chainsaw man is revving up the engine. Can't have that.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
Okay, that's anachronistic. I'll explain later. Because right now, there's people trying to kill Leon, and hey, I can do something here with this bookshelf. Also, with these stairs, because there's a chainsaw coming through the door to meet me, and hello! Oh dear God, okay. This is a bang stick. We will have bang stick. This, gets effed. And that as well. Obviously, this is getting very tense now. Hello! I would like to introduce you to my friend, Mr. Bullet. You as well, mate. Fuck off. Right. Apparently I'm doing this now, and... Oh dear God, I'm running. Hi. Through the window. Yes, onto the roof. Because that's not health and safety compliant at all. Man with chainsaw says, hello, I would like to kill you now. And I say, I got bullets, and they don't seem to be working. So, down I go. Drop down like a menu. And then run like a bastard. Fuck the cows on fire. Well, I didn't do it. I see angry peasants with their farming implements. I would like to remind myself that I have healing items at my disposal, including this one. Also, I should do something really sensible, like, hotkey this, right? It already is. It's number 3. Okay. Now, I kind of need to be moving at great pace, with alacrity, and speed, and fucking hell, they're violent. I don't go up that way because that is a dead end. There's a closed gate I cannot go through. Also, I pick up this. I run past this man, and hey, there's a ladder. Fucking brilliant. Up it I go. I don't like you shouting, mate, so I'm gonna, like, stop you getting up this.
Sorry.
He's not sorry. He's sarcastic. Now, oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Ladder goes down. Thank you very much. Now, don't know where that man with the chainsaw's got to, but it can't be. Oh shit! Huh? They've all stopped fighting.
La campana.
I don't understand. They're talking foreign. Oh, I like that squelch as that sinks into the ground there. That was brilliant.
Tenemos que servir. Al Lord Saddler Todopoderoso.
It's as if they only have eyes for that small chapel. Leon is completely forgotten. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, I got Cockney roots, there will be swearing in this playthrough. You probably worked that out by now.
Where's everyone going? Bingo?
And we are apparently now officially playing the game. With a fade to black as well, just to be extra confusing. Well, Leon is hurt. Is there any way I can zoom out the camera just to, like, see him from the knees up? Hello, chickens. I'm terribly sorry about the ordeal you just went through.
Routes to Condor 1. I've identified a route to the lake. Look for a large windmill. There's a path on the far side of it.
Windmill. Copy that.
And be careful. Roost out.
Okay. As I said, chickens, I wanted to apologise. Your livestock, you don't understand. What happened to that? But apparently I must open the map. There we go. We have the map. So these are things that I have seen but not interacted with. Okay. Oh, apparently I have to drag this middle compass thing over a thing to see what it is. I can't just, like, put the mouse over it and go, oh, look, what's that? That feels weird. Anyway. That chicken just laid an egg. I will take the egg. It is a brown chicken egg. Brown eggs exist. Yes, I know. More eggs. Excellent. What is the current state of Leon's health, by the way? It is excellent, apparently. Yes, I said that. On purpose, I know. A little bit too cheesy, maybe. Right, so... Oh, this isn't that... Wait, I could have gone up onto this roof as well. Separate building. That's good to know as well. Let's explore the whole village. Right, let's just start on this side. Oh, it is a toggle. Wait, is it? So I move forwards, I press shift, and I jog a bit until I stop moving, then I walk again. So if I go... That's interesting. Yeah, I think I've got it set to a toggle at the moment rather than a press and hold. Can I check? I can check. Show me controls. Show me real controls. Where's the run sprint thing? It's shift. Yeah, that's not helpful. It is repeated input type. No. Run is a toggle. Yeah. So interesting. Pressing and holding it, turned it on, off, then on again, and kept it on for the rest of the move. Being able to use the E to duck in combat or to dodge, I should probably put that if I don't want to stay stuck crouching by mistake, right? So I should probably put that on a press and hold rather than toggle. So I could jump through here if I was being chased. Look, I'm likely to come back here later on because of that give someone a bunk up sign. For that place where the yellow paint is on the bit of cloth hanging out the window. So I should not expect to be able to do everything here all in one go. That's more gunpowder. Leon's been finding a lot of that recently. I could run round here, as I am reasonably familiar with the layout, having just had to sprint around it with a bunch of angry villagers in hot pursuit. But I'm not sure that's the best idea. Right, let's have that. And indeed combine it again, like that. Blurp. Here we go. We have more healing. We're likely to need it. And that knife is absolutely knackered. Gotta be careful with that. Until we find a new knife or better knife. Some resources. S. S resources. S for small, I presume. Large resources do also exist. Where is the dead cow? We saw it rampaging out of the little cowshed on fire. We don't see where it stopped being on fire and stopped being alive. It seems to have magically vanished. And to the best of my knowledge, if we return here later, at a certain later point, the cow will be alive again, so maybe they brought in another one. But then after that point, it will then be gone and not alive. I should pay my respects.
These people are sick.
Yes, they are. So Leon said, you've got to be joking me, or you've got to be kidding me. The Me is a recent addition that came out more like 2010, 2015. People would say, you've got to be joking, or you've got to be kidding. But they wouldn't add the word me to the end, which always feels extraneous and gives the impression they're an idiot because we know it's like, what? Who else would you... What, you got to be kidding my mate over there? No, it's obvious who they're talking about. It's just weird. So let's go in here. There is a locked drawer. We do not have a key. Hello. Bang. Oh, and stab you with a knife, apparently. Oh, ow. Hey, that's not nice. I will shoot you with my gun. Okay, I will reload my gun and break my knife on your body, apparently, for 400 pesetas. This man was hiding in the wardrobe and didn't go to church like everyone else. He is not a good boy. Why would he do that? Why, when all these villagers seem to be strangely possessed and controlled to go when the church bells rang, did he not answer the call? Was he maybe not like the rest of them? Now, this window, before we knifed the old woman over there, before the fight with the villagers, this window was not broken. We could break it and jump through, which would be loud and attract the attention of nearby people. Let's go back to this house that had the shotgun in it. And I'm hoping if I stick around here long enough, the chickens will lay some more eggs for it. Chickens can attack if they get very angry. Fortunately, they don't do it very often. It's unlikely to be a sustained attack. Our makeshift barricade there did not last long. Then again, the door has massive chainsaw injury. Here are more barrels. We will somehow demolish them with considerable ease, despite the fact they are barrels. What are they made of? Balsa wood? And a first aid spray. That would have been very helpful in the fight I just went through. And some more bullets. Excellent. Whereas Leon's just happily saying, this is my rifle, this is my gun, this is for something, this is for fun. I can't remember it right. It's more of an American rhyme than a British one. Right, so we got the shotgun, we got the grenade. Bullets on the floor. Excellent. And I believe, yes, some shotgun bullets for the shotgun, which fires different bullets to the pistol because it's got different sized gun barrel. And someone's left a little locket there, or just a necklace pendant. That one there on the left has the same symbol as the church doors, and yes, this six-armed cross made from like 3 bits of wood is remarkably similar to that symbol that we see there on that little rosary. The fact that it's on a kind of knotted thing with beads like a rosary gives the impression it has religious significance. It's also on the chapel door. This definitely seems to be cult-like behaviour being exhibited here. Let us continue. Are you going to lay an egg? No, you're going to run away clucking. I can appreciate that. I mean, it makes sense. And what are you, a chicken? Yes, says the chicken. I'm a chicken. Deal with it. So, someone may have been writing here instead of just reading. No pens, no. I mean, at this place, I almost expect quill and ink, to be honest. That fireplace is dirty. It's filthy. Okay. Leon is hurting. It's not ideal. A hand grenade. Has that been shortcutted? So, pistol, flash grenade, shotgun, hand grenade. Is that wise? Oh dear, is that wise? To have the grenades on 2 and 4. Let's do this. Shortcut 2. Oops. Shortcut 6? That's weird. But okay. Can I rotate this? Q. In your face. Get queued. There you go. Right. If I pick up some kind of other long gun, I'll want space for it down here. What can I do with this? I can make bullets for my pistol. I do not have very many bullets for my pistol. I will make bullets for my pistol. And this one, I can make shotgun bullets if I have more gunpowder. I shall do that in the future. So, because I've got lots of bullets for this, not very many bullets for this. I've got, what, 8 as opposed to 37. What is that flickering? Huh. Right, so we got another window that's pre-broken for us now, gently but kindly, by some window-breaking individual. I like the puddle squelch there. It was like a mud squelch. It's not repeating. Is someone else here with me? Well now. There's a nice little bit of a yard round here. Sack of... What is that? It's like giant orange grains of rice, like worms, caterpillar. No, No, too small, too big for worms. It's like, I don't know what that is. We've got another one of those things. Green herb, very useful. We've got a nice little tower here. Let's go in that, shall we? And we only have to press one button to climb the ladder. We don't have to press for each step or anything. That's very reassuring. This is not a David Cage game. Right, another green herb. Lovely. Let's make our way back to the ladder, or just drop down. Leon's like, God blimey, fucking hell, that really hurt, that did. Except much more politely and in American. What is going on the wall over there? That is a very odd display of light particles. Is it supposed to be coming through this window here? Probably. It's not likely to be coming from those torches there. Speaking of those torches, there is a doorway through which all the villagers went. If they are ignoring Leon, maybe he should go through there and interrupt their ceremony, and maybe they won't totally lynch him. It's locked. He does not have a key. There is a very large symbol on the door. This symbol appears to have a curling tail beneath it. The fact that the lock seems to have similar shaped insignia on it, it's not identical, it's not explicitly the sixth form thing, but these coming off to the side, here like this, look very much like that. So we might be looking for a key that looks like one of those things, or, if we're really unlucky, something that looks like that is carrying a key. That seems pretty horrific. And yes, those wooden floorboards in the tower can break during the fight against the villagers. You can run up, climb the tower to try and feel safe. And to the best of my knowledge, the floorboards only break after you've picked up the green herb. Although if you're actually fighting the villagers and being chased by them, they may break if you stand up there for too long without picking up the green herb, in which case I don't know if you can pick it up from the floor down below. Hello chickens, don't mind me. Seriously, don't mind me. I am not a threat to you. Yet. I've been in here before. I don't think there's anything more for me here. Wow. Arm clipping in door there. Unexpected. Leon is a ghost, apparently. At least he's as sneaky as one. Maybe. Right, what's this? This is... Hello! More bullets for a gun. Gun is very loud. Gun is not sneaky. Knife is sneaky. Knife is knackered. Knife might not get used. The knife should now be relegated to emergency use only. Until some form of knife repair is available. Here we have a box containing a ruby. We're rich. We can retire and give up this rescue mission, and no, Leon's not going to do that. He's a decent human being. And he's honourable. He's going to do the mission. Oh, I like the colour they painted the bed head and the footboard. Yeah. Alright, let's see what's so exciting about this door the chainsaw man wanted to come through. Okay, looks like I have to manually press this one. This is not a house door. Leon can't just shoulder barge it like a rugby player. He's got his gun out.
There it is.
Okay, the camera was manually forced up like this to look towards the windmill. I did not move it. It caught me off guard as I was like, hey, wait, what if... It threw off my sense of movement and direction a little. We have an autosave, an automatic save, and a barrel. Barrel gets kicked. Barrel has pesetas. We have a typewriter which will allow us to save the game, and I think, given the amount of time I've been playing, that's a very good idea. I'm going to treat this like old school games where you had, like Diablo, where you'd have like one save slot per character, and just save over it. There we go. That about makes it the end of the episode, and some calming, soothing music is playing. Also, that is highly reminiscent of the form upon the door of the chapel and the lock of that door. I think I've been playing for long enough, and I would like to leave this episode here. I hope you've all enjoyed me, even if I did get a bit grumbly and whinge a bit at times. But hey, this is my first time playing this kind of game in a very long time, and my first time playing a Resident Evil game ever. I hope you have all enjoyed this one, and hey, if you have, that's great. Maybe come back for the second episode. And you know what? If you want to leave a comment or something, there's that whole section down below the video description where you can put comments and stuff. Like button if you like it, dislike button if you don't. Yeah, look, I'm all for the dislike button. I don't want to hide it like the big corporations. You know, subscribe button if you really fancy, but hey, I'm not going to do the whole e-begging thing more than just this one starting episode. See you guys next time if you come back, and thank you very much for watching. Also, if you'd like to go look at Lotaeri's channel, I'll probably have a link for that in the description. I should have probably mentioned that earlier anyway. Okay, thanks a lot, guys. Bye-bye.